This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association. Your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley Smith.
Well, good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Today is Thursday, July 27th, 2023. It's a hot one today, but we're so glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, I talk with Ryan Tichich of Bayer about corn rootworm and some of the corn traits that they have available to combat that. We also have a check of the ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of another trading day in the ag marketplace, we're talking with Kaden Sweeney of agmarket.net. First off, Kaden, what have we seen going on in the grain markets today?
Yeah, from a corn perspective, maybe a little bit of a quieter day today than we've seen so far this week. Obviously we started ripping higher Monday on Russia-Ukraine news. We were down yesterday, Wednesday. Today, we're going to settle, 5-6 cents lower on D's corn on like 11-12 cent range. So compared to the rest of the week, nothing too crazy. Bean market, a little bit of another story. August beans were up 30 early on. They're going to close about 50 off the highs today. So pretty major reversal there on August beans. Nova beans closing towards the bottom of their day as well, down about 20. So on the day today, bean market a little bit more fireworks in the corn market.
Well, and of course, we know even if today was a quieter day, not concerning any of that world news, as soon as something breaks out again with the Russia-Ukraine situation, we can count on those markets to react accordingly, right?
I mean, you sure think so. That's the way it's been. Been a market that's just really been hunting headlines and then, digest them for a day and wait for the next one and kind of sell off in the meantime. So it's kind of, in my opinion, seeing how we traded the end of last week and so far this week, I think the market, like you said, is more concerned with Russia, Ukraine than weather right now. Felt like last week, like on Wednesday, we were starting to trade off before the first Russia headline came out. And we kind of reversed that day. Same thing this weekend on Sunday night. We were only up 5 cents maybe at the open. And after news of Russia, we were up 30 pretty quick Monday morning. So, in my opinion, the market's looking more Russia headlines, continuing to digest what news comes out of there.
And then in particular, what's been going on in the bean market? Is it just more of correction today, or is there something else lying in there?
Yeah, I think it's pretty major correction technically. That August-November bean spread had just been crazy the last 2 days. We saw yesterday and then again today. I think you just saw quite a bit of corrective action come out of that. The high today, like 1580. If you think about it, that's a pretty high number for beans historically. So I don't think there was anything major news-wise. Just, one of those days where, the market got to a point where, people were ready to get out of it, take profit on it, whatnot, and we sold off pretty quickly from there.
And of course, we're getting towards the end of the marketing year as well. We saw export sales numbers today. Interesting situation in the old crop contracts across the board in the grains. How is that looking as we get towards the end of this marketing year?
Yeah, we did have sales today. Pretty normal as expected within range. So nothing too crazy. We continue to be, a little bit behind pace of where we were a year ago on the corn market. Bean market's doing okay. And I think you kind of see that when you look at old crop prices. September corn we got today about 533. When you compare that to the last 2-3 years we've had, that's on the low end. We had $7 corn this time last year, I think. Versus if you look at August beans right now, closing even on the bad day, 1530. That's a little bit more on the upper end of what we've seen the last 2-3 years. So, kind of to answer your question, I think carry out wise and export wise, and like you said, at the end of the marketing year, bean situation is certainly tighter than the corn situation. So I think you kind of are seeing that reflected in the old crop contracts as compared to where we've been the last 2 years. If that makes sense.
And then on the livestock side of the markets, how are those looking today? Especially, we've seen lean hogs on a tear for quite a while. And even a month ago, we were not really too fond of where those prices were.
Yeah, hog market continuing to march higher. August today up, what are we looking at? 38 cents, 102. So another strong day. Really, the livestock in general today, fairly quiet, especially compared to grains and where we have been. Feeder cattle kind of selling back in after Monday's weekend at 245 244.65, so up about 45 cents there. So yeah, feeder cattle kind of settling in there after last Friday's report and Monday's down market, kind of showing some strength again, like I think we kind of expected. Fundamentally they can continue to remain strong. So I think cattle market, especially feeders right now, is a market you want to be buying dips on.
Lots of great information today, Kaden. For those of our listeners and our viewers who would like to get in touch and learn more from the folks at agmarket.net, how can they do that?
Yes, sir. Just go to our website, agmarket.net. You can reach myself or any of our team from there, and kind of we can figure out how we can help you best. We're working with a wide range of producers right now. It's a fun time for us, so I'll be happy to help out any way that we can.
Great talking with you as always, Kaden, and we look forward to hearing more analysis from you soon.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
That again was Kaden Sweeney of agmarket.net. We'll go ahead and take a look at how those numbers close. That's courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. September corn is down 7 even at 533 and a quarter. December new crop down 6 even at 542 and a quarter. August soybeans down 14 and a quarter at 1532 even. November new crop down 22 even at 1398 even. August soybean meal down 20 at 464.50. Soybean oil down 166 at 68.61. Chicago wheat down 7 and a quarter at 712 and 3/4. Minneapolis spring wheat up 8.5 at 904 and a quarter. Kansas City hard red wheat up 1 and a quarter at 866 and a half. September oats down 1.5 at 425 and a half. On the Merc, August live cattle down 62 at 178.05. August feeders up 45 at 244.65. August lean hogs up 37 at 102.02. Pork cutout up 15 at 109.35. August Class 3 milk went unchanged at 17.02. And that's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. When we come back, I talk with Ryan Tichich of Bayer. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Recently, I was down at a Bayer field day in Atlantic, Iowa, down in southwest Iowa, to visit and discuss corn rootworm, which is a problem we face every year. But even so, there's a lot we don't know about corn rootworm and what encourages it to really go after corn in certain years. I talked with Ryan Tichich of Bayer about some of the corn products that they have available to help producers manage the damage from corn rootworm. Well, we're here in Atlantic, Iowa, talking with Ryan Tichich of Bayer. Obviously, warm day out here, but a good day to check out all the corn going on. And we have some great examples of the variability of corn rootworm and just the damage that we have on that. And we know what an adaptable pest corn rootworm is. And, obviously, even though we've dealt with it so much, there's a lot of things we don't know and we're still trying to figure out. And you guys have 2 new products that we've been talking about today and really learning more about that, SmartStax Pro and VT4 Pro. So just first off, tell us a bit about SmartStax. We'll start with that and just the benefits it offers for our producers.
Yeah, absolutely. So SmartStax is the current, I would say, our lead product in the market. SmartStax brings about 2 below-ground insect control proteins stacked together and has offered reliable rootworm control for growers for a number of years. And that's been a great product, and now we're excited to launch SmartStax Pro and VT4 Pro.
Right, and then to have that, something you mentioned earlier was having those modes of action in the product. And of course, with corn rootworm, there's a lot of things that you have to consider and a lot of things that can go on with corn rootworm. How important is it to have those different modes of action to make sure that you're really taking care of what needs to be done?
Yeah, I would say it's critical. We know that corn rootworm is highly adaptable, as you said. It is finding its way around the different control tactics that we put in the market, including in some cases the BT proteins, right? We've seen evolved resistance to a fair number of them. The move to pyramids like SmartStax has helped, but now we're excited to bring a third mode of action to SmartStax in SmartStax Pro, which features the RNAi technology. And this is a brand new mode of action that functions in a very different way than BT proteins. BT proteins tend to cause damage to the gut of the insect. The RNAi tends to starve the insect of a key protein it needs. So it works in a very different way, complements the BTs really well.
Right, and then having that, like you said, that pyramid in and really putting those traits on top of each other to keep that going. With corn rootworm, as it changes, so do we, and, as we see that adaptability from that, we need to be more flexible, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so then we got to think about the other management practices we can bring into the system. So things like scouting, thinking about the adult beetle management, right? So these larvae go into the soil, they lay eggs, the adults emerge and they fly around, and that's a good opportunity to knock back the population, right? If you scout and get that timing right. So that can make a big difference. But the bottom line is, there's no silver bullet for corn rootworm control, and really growers need to be thinking holistically about how to manage it where they've got challenges with it.
And I think as we talk to farmers anyways, they all know that it's, hey, my farm's different from the guys down the road, even right next to me. Yeah. So, I think it's a good thing to see that, because a lot of farmers are going to be like, yeah, I want something different for my farm because I know what exactly my farm needs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So working closely with the local agronomist, just getting out and really tailoring that plan for that acre and that operation is really, really important. But again, we've got to think more broadly than just relying on the traits and looking holistically at the overall management approach.
And now, Ryan, just thinking of the product pipeline, of course, we have Farm Progress coming up, or there'll be a lot of announcements anyways, but just what are some things that farmers can look forward to as they continue to look at Bayer products?
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing is VT4 Pro. So that's a product we're going to launch next year. And what that does is it takes our Tricepta platform, which is our leading above ground trait platform, and we're adding that RNAi technology to it below ground. So suddenly we have the widest spectrum insect control product in the market, something that's capable of course, effectively controlling above ground pests, but now bringing added benefit from a below ground standpoint. So where you've got situations where it's first year corn, maybe you're dealing with some rootworm pressure in that situation, more that low to moderate pressure environment, VT4 Pro is going to be a great fit and offer a lot of value for growers. So we're very excited about that. Again, that launches in 2024. Looking out a little bit farther in our pipeline, we've got other products moving through. In that 27-28 time frame, we'll launch what we call Corn Rootworm 4, and that'll bring brand new modes of action into the marketplace, right, and be a much needed refresh and a build upon the products that we have in the market today. So, that rootworm remains an important research target for us as we help growers navigate this challenge.
Right. Lots of great information today, Ryan. And for those of our listeners and our viewers who would like to keep in touch and see when these products are getting new news and new releases, how can they keep in touch with that?
Yeah, I think the website beartraits.com is a great place to go to keep up to date on that information.
All right. Thank you very much for taking the time to visit with us today, Ryan. A warm day, but, great to get that information out to producers, right?
Absolutely. Thank you for the time.
That again was Ryan Tichich of Bayer. As for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at that ag weather outlook. This probably goes without saying, but it's really hot outside. And in fact, we are across the entire state in a heat advisory. Then looking tomorrow into the rest of the weekend, there's also an extreme heat warning for parts of the state. So make sure you check with the National Weather Service to see what the temperatures are in your area. If you need to do anything, especially just stay inside, stay cool, and don't let the heat get to you. So let's see what the National Weather Service has in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, there's not a lot of excitement in the upcoming forecast. Today we have mostly sunny skies and summertime temperatures with those highs ranging from the upper 70s to mid 80s. Tonight you'll see partly cloudy skies across this state, lows ranging from the upper 50s to low 60s. And tomorrow it'll be mostly sunny once again with a slight chance for rain or storms in the west, highs ranging in the low 80s. And taking a look at the affiliate weather map for tomorrow, Cherokee will see mostly sunny skies with a chance for showers and a high around 79. Shenandoah, a chance for storms, mostly sunny skies and a high of 80. Des Moines, mostly sunny and 83. Waterloo, sunny and 81. Albia, sunny and 82. And Clinton should see sunny skies with a high around 83. For more detailed forecasts in your part of the state, make sure to check in with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. That's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook, and that also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on social media at Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. You can find our video content as well as previous episodes of AMPM on our YouTube channel. Don't forget as well to check out our free Twice Daily Market podcast on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the IARN studios in Des Moines, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of Mark Magnuson and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.